I am live. Hello, everyone. And I don't know who's here yet, but that's okay because I like to go live and talk to everybody. And I just am doing a bit of maintenance here. I don't have any comments yet, but that's okay too because we have to wait for people to come. Not everybody knows I'm going to be here live. So I just kind of keep talking until people show up, if they show up. And if they don't, no biggie, because this will be posted to the group. And I'm just going to pull up another Facebook group. Well, the other on a different page so that I can see if there's any comments. It's weird to see yourself live somewhere else too. Anyways, I am Shana Gray. I live in Ontario, just outside of Toronto, and it's cold here. Although I'm always in tank top, and I've even got shorts on. Took the dog out for a walk, and you know, I do what I have to do, right? Because I do enjoy being outside. Well, actually, that's a bit of a fib. I don't enjoy the cold. I do. Oh, what do I say? I have this little thing here. I saw it at a pottery show in Guelph. That's a little town close to me. And I saw it and I had to buy it. So that is what I think of winter. So anyhow, let's get going, and I will start because I'm only here for pardon me, for half an hour. I've got a bit of water here, kind of. Everybody's getting kind of a little bit of something around here. So what I'm going to do, I said that I was going to read from a book. I'm going to read from Winter Falls. I have this on sale right now. It is going to stay on sale through to the end of December. The ebook is 99 cents for whichever country you're in. It should be the same. And I've also put the paperback on sale for $8.99, which is as low as I'm able to make it. So people have been loving it. They've been getting it, and I'm so happy because I love this story. It's set in a series called Evergreen Lake, and this is the little map that's in the front. And you can get a bunch of the all the books on the page. So now I'm going to do a bit of show and tell here about all my books. I don't know if I'm a new to you author or if you've read me before. I'd love to know. Make comments, let me know. And I have I've been published 15 years, since 2010. Hard to believe. But I've been writing for so much longer. Like I've been writing, well, since high school. That was when I wrote one of my first books. It was just a story in one of my classes, but it was based on the My Friend Flicka series. I don't know if any of you have watched any of those, but that's what it was based on. So I guess way back then I was writing a bit of fan fiction. And so that was the first time I'd ever written anything, but I've always been telling stories, and I've talked a lot. I'm a talker. That's okay. So now I'll just give you a quick rundown on some of the books. I don't have them all here because they've been all in the works of being at events and selling out and getting them sent in by, ordering the paperbacks and everything. But this book here, After the Hurt, it is, he's a retired MMA fighter, and she is his childhood sweetheart. They were love of each other's lives, and then a very tragic event made her do something that was not really good, but she couldn't cope with it because it was her mother's death, which was kind of focused after how my mom died. So it ended up the heroine left. Her name is Pepper, and his name is Tank. And she left. She had to go away because she just couldn't cope with everything, and comes back months later asking for forgiveness. So it's a nice big book, originally published with Random House Love Swept years ago. So now the rights are back, and it's been updated, and the cover's been fixed as well. And then I am in a series. I was in a series. We have all of our books back, and it was called Love Beach. And these are quick reads. I decided to put them in paperback because some people love paperback and some people prefer audio, and that's one thing I haven't got here, but audio or ebook. And these guys are all in KU. So the first book is Summer with a Billionaire. This is obviously about one of the guys. This one here is Marry with a Captain, and it's on sale in KU right now. And the third book came out just this past April, and it's Spring Break with a Treasure Hunter. I love this one. I hate to say it, but I think this one is my favorite of all three. So you can get them all in a series, and I have renamed, because it was the Love Beach series. We can't use that particular name anymore. So I've called them Love Beach Below Deck, because I love the show Below Deck. I've watched pretty much all of them, and I'm in the final Mediterranean one now. So these are really fun. They're all 3 different couples, but they're all interconnected. So who you meet in this book, you'll see again in this book and in this book. And these are brand new couple in this book. And this is all scuba diving, hurricanes, treasure hunting, looking for lost ships. It's so much fun. And this one just came out November 6th, and it is Backdraft. People are loving it too. It was originally in the Everyday Heroes world, and it is out of that world now. So I've had to do a lot of changes on it to get any elements of that world gone. And it's fine. It's great. I've done it, and now it's all here on its own, and it's available as well. I love this story too. It's a slow burn, and it is not explicit. This one is explicit, so it depends on what you prefer to read. But there is a very, very powerful slow burn in this, and the attraction. And then I've got another series, which some of you may have read. It always surprises me when somebody tells me, "Oh, I read that series and I absolutely loved it," because it's a lot of the times you never hear if somebody's read the book and if they've enjoyed it or hated it or whatever. But these are traditionally published. This is the whole series. I call them the Girls Weekend Away series. And the first book is What Happens in Vegas, and that's when the heroine there, her name is, oh my God, Bonnie. It's been so long since I've written them. So Bonnie, she's a cop, and Quinn, her love interest, is a gambler. So that's kind of a nice conflict there. All the girls, this is basically a girlfriend story through all the 4 books. And each girl has her own story. And they can all be read as standalones, but it's always nice to read them in the order that they were written. So What Happens in Vegas is the first one. The second one is Meet Me in San Francisco. And this is Celia. And she is a single mom. And her love interest is his brother. So he's a playboy millionaire. Well, when I wrote this, it was millionaires and not really billionaires, but so they're probably billionaires. And that's a really fun book too, set obviously in San Francisco and up along the shoreline and the coast up in that area. Then the girls go to Nashville, and this is Ava's story, and she meets country music phenom Chase Hudson, and he is like delicious. And this is all set around the Country Music Festival and the CMA Fest, and it's adorable. It's an adorable book, and I did a scene in here where I've never been to Nashville. I have been to these other places, but Nashville I hadn't been to, so I had to do a lot of research. And there was one scene in there where they do the bicycle, and it's like a bar on a bicycle. That was a lot of fun for that one. And then the final book is this one, and this is Freddie. She is a complete skeptic when it comes to love, doesn't believe in love, but yet she's a wedding dress designer, so it kind of really doesn't go together too well, does it? But it is a great idea. And her love interest, who he woos her so wonderfully because, you know, he has to, because she doesn't believe in love and all the rest of it, is Zane, and he is a movie star, and he's got, so this is all super yacht. There's a theme there, super yacht, because there's a super yacht in Summer with a Billionaire as well. So that is, those are the books here that I have handy with me. Other books that you can get in paperback, they're all on Amazon. Oh, and I should say, Backdraft is wide. You can get it everywhere. And so is the book I'm reading tonight, Winter Falls. It's wide everywhere as well. So the rest of my books, a lot of them are in KU. Most of them are in KU. So you can grab them in there. And because they're in KU, they can only be on Amazon. So that's kind of a limitation there. But I do have another series, very, 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 very hot series, and it's called Get It On. And that is based, 4 different stories are in the compilation, the omnibus of that, and you can get each story on its own if you want. They're really cheap. They're like 99 cents for a book on ebook, but the paperback is available as well if you want that one. And this one here, right hand, you can maybe see it. That one's called Working Girl. That one I don't have a copy of because I have to get them from the UK, and it's and it can be a challenge. So that one, unfortunately, I don't have any to show you, but it's a great story, and it was published traditionally as well. And it's about a woman who's out for revenge on a company that wrongfully dismissed her father, which ultimately led to his death. So she's out to take him down, and she applies for a job, and she has to go through all these interviews, 7 interviews, with 7 different guys, and she calls them by the day of the week, because each day of the week she sees a different interviewer and has these tasks that she has to do based on those interviews. So that's like Mr. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was a fun book to write. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I have other ones out there. Stormy Affair. I don't think I've got one here. Oh, hang on. Let's see what's going on here. Oh no, those are this one. Stormy Affair is also available in ebook and in paperback, and so is Northern Rescue. Northern Rescue is actually tied to Winter Falls. And I just had Winter Falls. What did I do with it? Now, how can that be? I was just here a second ago, wasn't I? Here it is. It is tied to this one, Northern Rescue. In Northern Rescue, it is rescuing dogs that were displaced from a rescue shelter in Northern Ontario. And the heroine is the rich girl, and she hires a bush pilot to fly her up into the snowy north to rescue these dogs. And of course, stuff happens, right? Stuff always happens. So that's a forced proximity, and they are stuck in the wilderness in a very cozy cabin, and that's how that story takes off. And from there, we go into this book. Well, this book here, there's a little visit from somebody from Northern Rescue, and that they will get their own story. And also, I have for my newsletter subscribers, just the other day, I sent them a bonus content read with the couple that met in here, and it's a little story called Positively Jolly, which is not available to anybody except who's on my newsletter list, and I will make it available in my reader group, Shana's Shenanigators. If you join in there, then you will get a copy of that book. So, and it well, like I said, it's a very short bonus read, and it's fun too. So now, I want to say that tomorrow I'm having an all-day Christmas party in my group, Shana Shenanigators, and there will be a post in here after I finish going live with all the links for everything, so you can find me, and you have to join the group in order to be part of the party, which is, I hope you will. And there's going to be author guests, and I'm going live at 2 till 4 Eastern Standard Time, where we will have some games and readings and giveaways and just chat about things, whatever's going on. And I will, like I said, I'll post the links in here. Now, for anybody coming tomorrow, there will be a giveaway of this. This is a reading journal I created for readers, and it is available on Amazon as well. And whoever comes tomorrow to the live will have an opportunity to win a copy of this. So now I'm seeing the time. It's 7:17, so I should get into my reading now. I've been chit-chatty too much. So this is Winter Falls. So I'm going to make sure I got the right glasses on. Hold on, let me see. Those are computer glasses. And these are my progressives. Is that any better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, chapter 1. It's going to happen. I just know it. I didn't like to be pessimistic, but the image on my phone's radar app didn't lie. I pinched the screen with my fingertips to enlarge. Seriously, Holly, you are weather obsessed. You're always on about the weather. Just let it ride. What will be, will be. Pauline grabbed the box in front of her and pulled out the raffle tickets. You need to find a man and get laid, she whispered, but I heard her and gave her a stare. She focused on counting the tickets. That doesn't even deserve a response. She wasn't wrong, though, I thought. Other things are a priority right now anyway. I pointed at my phone, doing my best not to think of the abysmal state of my love life. Everything is riding on this weekend. You know that. Pauline snorted. She meant well, and she'd become fast friends since my move here 2 years ago. She was well aware of my unintended celibacy at 27 and was very much aware of importance of this weekend. I couldn't help it. I'd become my mother and turned into oh my goodness. Pages are stuck. And turned into a weather junkie, just like her. Now that she was gone, the teasing I'd done seemed a bit harsh, but we'd laughed about it. Mum had been loads of fun and loved being silly. I sent a silent I love you to her. It was Tuesday, and the Christmas festival had been running since the beginning of the month, but it would kick into high gear Friday. So far, everything was coming together nicely, and we even had a dog rescue event on Saturday. I had a feeling I might end up with a puppers, but I wouldn't think about it right now. Fingers crossed we could actually do the first ever running of the Santa train. Damn, that snow had better stay away. Evergreen Lake was ready for the influx of tourists. B&Bs, motels, and Evergreen Lake Inn were booked solid starting Thursday. Over a year of preparation, organization, arm twisting, and begging was finally coming to fruition. I didn't even want to entertain the idea of a winter storm hitting Evergreen Lake. I swiveled my phone around and pushed it in front of Pauline. Do you see this? It spells trouble. Don't deflect, Pauline ignored my weather comment. It's sad. It's a sad state that your libido that I want to talk about. I'm not, but listen, while I'd love to find the perfect man, and my checklist for the perfect man is probably unrealistic, I've got too much on my plate to even think about managing a relationship right now. And with this weather threatening, you don't have time either. I usually didn't let things get me down. I was, for the lack of a better expression, a happy girl, and I found a silver lining with almost everything. But the festival was make or break for me, and by extension, it could be for the town too. Pfft, weather schmether. It will be fine. Besides, you will need to have fun, play, and indulge in your deepest, darkest fantasies. I jumped when she let out a hoot of laughter and pointed out the window. Looks like Old Man Winter is coming to visit. I glanced out the window of the Chamber of Commerce office. It was getting gloomy. Heavy, dark clouds tumbled across the sky, and snow whipped along the street on a sharp wind. I huffed, not at all impressed with the old man right now. We have the perfect amount of snow right now for the Christmas festival. A bloody blizzard would screw everything up and keep the tourists away. I dropped my pen on the counter and pulled a face. We could use more snow, you know. The horse-drawn sleigh needs it. Otherwise, it will be a hay wagon. Pauline tucked a pile of counted tickets into the box. She wasn't wrong. If there wasn't enough snow for the sleigh, it would be more like a fall hayride. Damn. So, have you talked to Winter? Pauline asked. I stiffened at his name. Why? I don't need to speak with him. Okay, but it would be nice to know if he's worried about the snow or no snow and what his horses will pull. I shook my head. No need. He's the horseman, farmer, whatever, and doesn't need me telling him. Pauline laughed. Oh my God, really? You mean you haven't been telling and hounding him all this time for his participation in the festival? She held up her hands, still chuckling. Wait, don't answer that. I wasn't going to. I picked up my phone and looked out the window. The town council needed to understand that we needed investors, new business, not big business or factories that would jeopardize the quaintness of Evergreen Lake, but sustainable enterprises to give jobs and help to keep the younger population from moving away, or at least to keep coming back after college. Evergreen had become a bedroom community, and with more people leaving than staying. My mission, goal, task, whatever you wanted to call it, was to make Evergreen a destination location, boutique-y, and we'd started nicely with some of the new businesses that had set up here, including a Michelin star chef who opened up a fine dining restaurant. He was tired of the rat race and was thrilled he'd chosen our little town. So we were the patrons that flooded to his restaurant. It was small, exclusive, and affordable. The summer had really been good. Now we had to carry it over into the winter season, so we didn't have to roll up the sidewalks and hibernate for months. I had big plans, some might say too big, and I'd been working damn hard since I was hired as manager of the Chamber of Commerce. Ooh, lost in my thoughts, I jumped when Pauline elbowed me. You worry too much. Pauline was born and raised here. She had no intention of going anywhere and being a down home small girl to the core. It will be fine. My granddad said it was going to be a mild and no snow winter anyhow. And how does he know? I gave her a side eye but couldn't help smiling. Honestly, the wives' tales that ran rampant around here. Caterpillars. Pauline nodded. My eyebrows shot up, but Pauline continued to sort out the 50-50 tickets as if she hadn't just said caterpillars were on par with meteorologists. What's that then? And just how do caterpillars forecast the weather? Some kind of radar built into their antenna? We both looked at each other and burst out laughing. That's good. I can just see all the furry little things twitching their antenna to receive the radar info. She shook her head. It's got nothing to do with their color. It's got something to do with their color. If there's more black than orange, it'll be a tough winter. But if there's more orange, that's how it was this year, it'll be a less winter. She looked at me dead serious and nodded. So says Granddad. We'll turn you into a country girl yet. I see. Caterpillars. I'd be curious to know what else your grandfather predicts. I peered at my phone. Country girl or not, I'm going to watch the radar. A blizzard is not what we want for the festival. Tourists will stay away and the town needs this. I've got 6 minutes. A thought crossed my mind and it made my belly tighten. Oh, Lord. Imagine if the train tracks are covered and we can't get the Christmas train to run. It was such an undertaking and took so much preparation. On the heels of that concern was a possibility of having to communicate with Amos Winter again. It had almost taken a miracle to get him to agree for a stop at his Christmas tree farm, let alone agree to the sleigh rides. I let out a sigh and dropped my head back to stare at the ceiling. It was a beautiful antique tin ceiling that had been reclaimed and polished, distracting me for a moment from thinking about grumpy Amos. It'll be fine. You worry too much. Amos can be crusty, but deep down he's a sweetie with a tough history. Pauline patted me on the shoulder and then stopped with a sharp intake of breath. Oh, Amos, he's a catch, you know. That big mansion all to himself, all that land, forever single, tall, dark, and deadly gorgeous. Maybe you and he. I held up my hand. Not gonna happen, so end it right there. I'd rather talk about the caterpillar weather predictions than him. I couldn't deny he was hot, and we'd locked horns more than a few times, so I wasn't all that excited about chatting anytime soon. His past was not really a mystery to me. I knew his parents were killed in a tragic snowplow accident 20 years ago when he was 19, which left him to raise Asher and his 14-year-old brother, and Alana, his 7-year-old sister. They were called the Triple A's, and I remember they hated it. In fact, when I'd visited Nana over the summers, Alana and I had kind of paired up. We'd gotten into some sticky situations when we were younger and had to face Amos's wrath. Another reason I tended to avoid him now that I was back. Pauline grunted. Well, never say never. Anyway, caterpillars don't lie. Unlike men, I thought. And like I said, you need some man to love you, to unwind you. You are way too uptight. And last time you had sex was before coming to Evergreen, and that's pathetic. Gee, thanks. Keep reminding me. I gave Polly a swat on the arm. Now, how about those tickets? Okay, I think I'll leave it there since I've only got 3 minutes left, and switch out the glasses. I was hoping to get more of the full chapter in there so you could meet Amos, but I do love him. Have any of you ever watched The Expanse? Because Amos in The Expanse is who I modeled Amos in Winter Falls over. So, oh my gosh, now I've got a dry throat. So anyhow, that's my little visit to see you guys, and I was really happy to be here. I will be posting this video into the group, as well as I'm going to keep a copy of it and post it on my YouTube, so you can find me over there because I have YouTube as well. I'm on TikTok, Shana Gray Books, and I'm on Instagram, and obviously, as I said earlier, I have a Facebook group, Shana's Shenanigators, and I'd love to see you over there. So keep your eyes peeled for a post with all of my details in it. And I hope to see some of you tomorrow at the Christmas party. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And however you celebrate, I wish you all the best and very happy, safe holiday season. Bye, everyone.